Jotunheim Whispers is here. Okay, so my cat is beating me right now, right this moment. And so I don't suspect that he's gonna, make some comments or apologize, but I really, really wished for him to be with me, I guess. But it is just not possible. He decided he's gonna be a really, really bad boy today. Well, he's not a bad boy, he's just, I guess, not well behaved. But he's still on camera, he's looking really, really cute. And so, if he's cute, I need to look better. So, let me just fix my hair a little bit. So if you're just listening to this and you cannot see neither me nor my cat, I am sorry you had to experience this. And so now, Zoomies time, right when I'm speaking, that's great. Now let's just talk. So, wait a second, I wasn't prepared for this episode clearly. So, what do I have here? Oh, alright. So I have decided the world needs to be more autistic. Let's talk about that. But firstly, I need to fix my blanket because it's gonna drive me crazy. And that's all you have to know about me for this moment. Now, I guess it's a little bit of a weird sentence to share. Um, but I stand by my words. So what do I mean by that? Well, well, you see there are so many different criterias for autistic people that describe the need for justice, at least, the need for everything to be honest and fair. And well, for some reason, so many people have this stereotype that autistic people have no empathy, which is, for the most part, in what I have researched, the opposite of the truth. So, what do I mean by the world needing to be more autistic? Well, you see, those people, I mean, neurotypical people, they always teach kids that you have to treat others like you want to be treated. You have to be honest, you have to be fair, you have to, follow the law and like all of those things that are supposed to be good, but then you believe them, right? Because you're autistic, and so it becomes the fact for you, the truth. And at some point, you realize as you grow older and you experience more things and you see more people, suddenly it all just falls apart, and you see that like no person actually believes it, no person treats you fairly, no one is honest, no one is doing their job properly. So it is so just, I guess, confusing for you. Like, for example, so obviously I have some literal thinking, right? And so justice for me is so important that it becomes physically painful for me to see anything that is not fair for me or someone else. And there were so many situations where I was almost screaming out of this despair because I was expecting people to, reach for it, reach for truth, like to try to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and it never happened. Like I've been to so many situations where I've been unfairly treated by adults that were, twice or thrice my age, who were just almost harassing me. And there were people around that were almost agreeing with them or not saying anything. And as an autistic person, that really hurt me so badly that I I couldn't do anything except, try to leave or things like that. So there was a situation that haunts me to this day. So it happened about a year and a half ago. It was when I was writing and composing music for a theater production, and at that point I had been working on it for 6 months already. So I've written all the electronic music myself, but then the time to, rehearse with the musicians came. And all of those musicians were just actors who could sing. And so that was already difficult enough because I had to, teach them. Um, and most of them couldn't read music scores and stuff like that. And so it was already stressful, and I was trying to be so responsible um, in explaining everything to them, in making some of the like chords not into music scores but into just text so they could read it. And for some reason, there was this actor that later just dropped out that disrespected me every time we met. So he would talk all over me. He would not let me explain anything, stuff like that. So he was really, really ill behaved. And I mean, the dude was already like he had gray hair. So he was old enough to know how to, behave and stuff. And obviously, I felt attacked each time I had to rehearse. And okay, my cats keep just running around. Not sure if you can hear that, hopefully not. And so at one point, I just, you know, I cannot say I flipped because I don't really do that, but I just took a guitar from his hands, and it wasn't his guitar or anything. Um, it belonged to the theater, and I just said, go away, like go out of this room. I'm not gonna rehearse anymore. And that's what I'm talking about here. So I was so upset about this disrespect that I had been just tolerating for such a long time. And obviously, I belong to some minorities, as you can see. I mean, I am neurodivergent. I like those people perceive me as a female person. whatever. Um, I am younger, and although I've had so much more knowledge about music and so much more experience and stuff, still had to protect myself in that situation, although there were two other people there, and they were also like older men that were like seeing that, and they did nothing. So that's how you know they are neurotypicals, because this thing happens and nothing motivates those people to just step up and help someone who is literally defenseless. And like, I was the youngest and the smallest person there, and I had to do this all by myself while curating them at the same time. What? Like, this job was me writing the music, was me making this music real in like softwares, was me explaining the music to the musicians and then to perform this music with them. So that was a lot of work, and I was also managing all the musical instruments. I was making all the scores. I was doing all of this work, like I wasn't paid for this even, and no one seemed to care to even help me a little bit. And so these types of situations happen all the time, and no one, not a single person cares. And so whenever you see something that is unfair and you share your experience with it or your thoughts with another person, if they are neurotypical, they will just say, well, that's life. You're just gonna ignore it and move on. Here's the thing: if you're neurotypical and you're listening to this, first of all, why? Second of all, here is a tip for you. So it doesn't work like this, at least for people like me. We cannot let go, we cannot just move on and live. It's gonna live in our heads for the rest of our lives, because again, I just told you this story. It happened 1.5 years ago, and I still am frustrated because I've been into like this situation. And so I really, really wish that other people would care more about fairness. Honestly, I see so much injustice, and I mean, it could be fixed if you really try to. You could really, really change something. It's like with, government and stuff. You could try to protest, you could try to do anything to help people, but instead you're choosing to just close your eyes, close your ears, close yourself in your mindset of, I'm not experiencing this, so it means that it doesn't exist, and that's it. That's why the world is like this. That's why we have all of these terrible, terrible politicians. Because you're not doing anything. Like, okay, another situation. Sorry, just checking the picture on my laptop. So, at my workplace, I don't want to give too many details. We've had some changes a year ago. So, a person came in that no one knew, and they immediately said that they are the most important person here, although they are not in a position of, absolute power. And so, in a year, that person had, well, how do I put this? This person had changed the ways the workplace works so that they would get paid more and others would get paid less. And so it keeps escalating more and more. And recently, like, there had been even more cuts in salaries. And a couple days ago, actually, like, someone wrote in the whole group chat of this whole workplace, like, hey, so um we were told that, we were working while everyone was, on vacation. We were working and we were told that we would be paid and we weren't. So what's up? And the person who, is responsible for all the payments just replied with, I don't know who promised you anything. You know, there is no information about that. So I don't know why you're writing this in the group chat. You can just meet me in person. And so that was kind of interesting. And, those were, I'll just say, like, young people, very young people. So obviously, like, they're not receiving even a full salary, and they are working while, other people were away on a vacation, and they are forced to write to the group chat. They are forced to, defend themselves against those big figures that are supposed to, be on your side, because it's, it's a government institution. So if you work there, you are supposed to get paid, it's kind of official. But those people that manage finances, somehow they manage to just not pay you. But here is the thing, here is the interesting thing. While they are making other people stay without money, they are able to buy themselves cars and other things, and everyone sees it, and they don't even care. So they are not even hiding it. That's how comfortable they are in this situation. And so you have this point at the workplace where such injustice is known for everyone, and still no one does anything. And it feels so crazy to me because physically it is hurting me. It is painful for me to see, to experience this unfairness and not be able to do anything. And I mean, I know that everyone is scared at this point of being fired. So it has become, I not toxic, but like, and not hostile. I cannot find a right word for it, but it's definitely uncomfortable, and there's nothing you can do really. And so I really wish that some people would just understand that it's not just life. You cannot just move on, you cannot just close your eyes. You should be thinking about others, you should be thinking about yourself. You shouldn't just leave these young, weak people to fight for their rights while you're here, being okay with all of this? Like, hot take, hot take. In my opinion, neurotypicals are less empathetic than autistics because they are able to just live like this and do nothing. And that's it. And that's literally it. What? How can you live like this? Honestly, I am judging you right now. Phew, so that was rough. Um, what else would I wanna say? So yeah, keep calm and be autistic and stuff. Me. I guess this will be it for today. Follow Jotunheim Whispers on YouTube, Spotify, and any other platform, and you can search up frostjotun on TikTok or on Instagram, on YouTube, everywhere else, because I am everywhere. And so, yeah, I guess the episodes are published on Fridays, and you can order some things from me. I hand sew Jotun dolls and keychains and bracelets, and I draw digitally, and I paint, and I write music, and all of these things. So if you're interested, hey, like, I am Frost Jotun, I'm right here, I'm woke, um, I am always honest and fair, and I care about justice. So yeah, if you are interested in any of it, just search me up, find me. Um, so I guess this is it. Justice is important. Bye. Yeah.